Hello and welcome to episode 9 of Haircuts and Cuts podcast. It's just going to be a quick one. We just basically want to take the piss out of Jake Paul being just a numpty.
It's a bit of news from today, isn't there? So yeah, all don't actually know when he made his post. Was it straight after the weekend, or
I think so. It came to
obviously seen the video, but I don't know when.
it came to my attention earlier on today. I think it's what a dickhead.
Yeah, I only saw it when Tommy obviously replied. But yeah, that was all when it's the only time that I saw it, to be honest.
Well, I find it quite funny actually. I mean, he's called out Conor McGregor, who would kill him. He's called out Canelo. He's called out Tommy Fury. I mean,
Yeah,
to be fair to the kid, he's going to make himself a lot of money. His brother's down to the fight with Mayweather. Fair play to him. He's going to get lose whoever he fights.
They've both got loads of money anyway. I don't know why they're fancying themselves as fighters and why they're calling out big names.
Because they're like life-changing money, weren't like big money.
But that's the thing, that they are minted anyway, both of them, just through YouTube.
I know, but I think both of them had a fight. Both of them had a fight. I think who's his older brother? Is it Logan Paul? He lands a fight with Mayweather. That's gonna be the biggest payday he's ever had.
Oh yeah,
he's really shit, isn't he? He's really shit. Jake, I don't think Jake can obviously just looks like he just fancies a little fight every now and again, and doesn't look like really bad. But just to be trying to put himself calling out Tommy Fury, waiting for his reply, like it's just really thick, isn't it? So that's the reason I first heard about it. I'm always against that, so we're not against it. It takes it away from actual boxing for me. So when I heard about it and saw, it's like first thought to just go away, leave it. But then when I keep hearing him say about it and then calling out Fury, which we obviously spoken about before on previous podcasts, I kind of want it to happen.
Yeah, I want
to see him get knocked the fuck out.
What do you guys think about the YouTube crowd that gets bought into boxing through that? Do you think that's good or do you think that's bad? I mean, you get a lot of keyboard warriors, right? But for the numbers and the popularity of boxing, is it, because KSI Logan Paul, that bought in. Billy Joe Saunders fought on that card, didn't he?
Yeah, he's on the
undercard. And that's probably one of his most watched fights ever. Just because of who it was fight. Do you guys think it's good, the crowd it could bring into boxing, or?
Yes and no. So like the good side about it is it's going to bring people who are spending money to a sport that we enjoy. And when big events make lots of money, that promoter then has all that profit he can invest in shows later on down the line. So that's brilliant. If they stay and watch boxing and become a real fan afterwards, that's brilliant. But at the same time, it kind of takes a piss out the sport when Jake Paul or Logan Paul or KSI are calling out real fighters.
Yeah.
And let's face it, they couldn't even beat up a journeyman if they tried.
Yeah.
If they got in there with, let's say, Robbie Chapman, and he's not even anywhere near their weight category, he would box their ears off, man.
Yeah.
But he's probably gone online, took one look at Tommy Fury, seen he's got 3-point-something million Instagram followers, thought, it's just a muscular, pretty boy who, poses for Instagram for all these paid partnership deals he does, and not realized, one, he's a Fury, and what comes with that name is more than Tyson Fury. There's lineage behind that name. It doesn't start with Tyson. It goes all the way back to Bartley Gorman. And he's American, so he don't understand. You don't call out a traveling man unless you're going to back it.
I don't think realise as well, he has insulted the whole community there because fighting in their name, it's a pride of that community. I don't think like these Americans look at Tyson Fury and think, oh, the Gypsy King, gypsies. Yeah, they don't understand what it is and what it means, do they?
No, they don't understand the pride that comes with it as well. There's a lot of people who say negative stuff and horrible stuff about the traveling community, but the pride that they have in themselves and with the family name, you can't match that. If I'm not being funny, but if Tommy Fury fights him, I honestly think it would be the second best move for his career, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that he, like we spoke about on last show, I think it was, that he's already done all that he's actually needed to do for his own career number wise, like social media following. This will obviously boost it even more, but it will go back to the whole thing of the promotion and management side of it, that he shouldn't need this fight, but he kind of does need this fight.
That kind of goes back to the point what you said on our last podcast, Scott. He shouldn't be fighting people. Saturday he didn't have an opponent until the Friday. He should be looking at a better fight cell. And that could be down to the promotion. That could be down to him. But this will be the biggest fight he can get in a moment.
Yeah,
numbers wise,
yeah,
without a doubt,
huge.
it will be.
And not just that, you think Tommy Fury's just fought a 0-9 opponent. As much as I don't want to see these YouTubers getting in the ring, but if a boxer can benefit from it, like Billy Joe Saunders benefited from being on the undercard of one of their fights in America, if Tommy can benefit from that, grab an American fan base, it'd be wicked. But like you say, you shouldn't need it, because
I'll just add one thing into there as well. I mean, I thought this whole kind of bandwagon of people jumping into boxing and fighting would have stopped after McGregor got beat convincingly by Mayweather. What we need is one of these YouTube stars. One of them, whenever they fight a professional boxer, they are going to lose. You got to think from Tommy Fury's point of view right now. No professional boxer's fought a YouTuber yet. If he goes in, takes this big payday, he's going to beat him. And then that could be the end of YouTubers fighting professional boxers. That could be a one payday opportunity there for both. But I think once one YouTuber loses, that'll be it. These fights aren't going to happen a lot after that.
Yeah.
No, it's a good point. But what I really want to see is just John Fury giving Jake Paul shit, because he will shit his pants when John Fury goes off on him.
I don't think he will, though, only because he'll have about 15 8-foot security guards in front of him.
I don't think John Fury would care, would he?
Against John Fury. Yeah, John Fury won't care, but he won't ever get to him, which is unfortunate.
No, but when John Fury and Wilder went face to face, a 50-odd-year-old man, he didn't blink. He did not back down.
He doesn't give a shit.
At that point, Wilder should have thought, fuck me, if that's the dad, what's the son capable of?
Yeah, and he found that out.
Yeah. Got battered. But
back to your question, Robert, a little while ago. The only I guess good. No, sorry. The only thing that I really, really don't like is that you have these guys that come in, and just because they have the platform already and can fight on YouTube, you've got hundreds of boxers from the UK, obviously, for an example, dedicate their life to it just to earn £500, £1,000 a weekend, trying to get on cards and push themselves forward to better their career, something that they love doing. And these guys say, yeah, I'm going to fight you. I've already got shitloads of money. I've got the platform on YouTube, which will host it and show it and do whatever, and take their money, do a 6-week, 8-week training camp. Oh, that was good. That was fun. Let's do it again. Where you got these guys that are grinding every day, whenever they can, 2 or 3 jobs already, and boxing as well, just because they love it and want to do it. And these guys sort of just take the piss out of it. That's the only thing that I don't like.
I mean, the kind of thing, that is the way of the world, right? That's the way of YouTube and that's the way of boxing. What would be great, I think, is if, mate, because YouTube's massive. We're using the platform right now, aren't we, to kind of promote this podcast, etc. But, if there could be a way where you could get, you get a lot of YouTube boxing events, but this gives a platform to a lot of these fighters you're talking about who are living and breathing the sport.
Yeah.
6 months
you're getting more
year.
cards.
Yeah, do you know what I mean? So just say if they could ever implement something into that where, all right, you get some YouTuber fight, but then you also provide an undercard of 10 fights, which will be well watched, and these young boxers who live and breathe the sport actually get paid a decent wage and get a bit of exposure from it. But obviously that's not what's happening at the moment. But if it could go that way, it'd be great, wouldn't it? Yeah, it'd be a big celebrity card, but it'd be great if you could kind of get a route where you could implement a lot of young amateurs, even a lot of young pros. It'd be fantastic if they went that way with it. But I can't see that happening.
No, I do see where Scott's coming from, but I think a lot of these young boxers on the way up now, they need to build up a Instagram following. They need to have their own YouTube channel. Ryan Garcia, they questioned, is he the real deal because of his following online? And if you go on Ryan Garcia's YouTube channel, he's done videos with the Paul brothers, Jake and Logan. You look at the following he's managed to build up outside of boxing, that then transcends into viewing figures for him and bums on seats. And you see a lot more boxers doing that. Conor Benn's got his own YouTube channel, very active on social media, and they are high profile boxers. And Conor Benn aside, Conor Benn was famous on the day he was born. He's Nigel Benn's son. But Ryan Garcia, would we know who he is if he didn't have to fight with Luke Campbell, if he didn't have all the social media?
It certainly helped him.
Oh, massively. It's probably the reason he got the fight with Luke Campbell.
Yeah. I mean, I know the point you're kind of getting at. Yeah, he's,
Media's
part
huge,
of the world now.
That's-
It's huge. It's huge.
That is it. Yeah.
Unfortunately, whether we like it or not, that's the way it's going.
Yeah, it's a tool you have to utilize. And if you're in the gym all day grinding, it is hard to do it. But you need to find time to utilize your social media platform and build it up. So
that's again where I think that could be a great opportunity for these young UK fighters. If you have YouTube cards, you're going to have people watching it who don't really care about boxing, but it's going to earn them a bit of money.
Yeah,
it's going to earn them a bit of money. It's going to give them a bit of exposure. If that was the way that these would run, fantastic, I'm all for it. And if it ever gets to that, fantastic, brilliant. But we'll have to wait and see, won't we?
But going back to the media side of it as well, that we shouldn't really be having to talk about it boosting Tommy Fury's media or exposure anyway. Because like we've already said, he's done Love Island. He's got millions of followers. There's still something wrong there, and obviously,
promotion.
The brother didn't even know that Tyson had a younger brother anyway. So there's still something wrong there.
That could be an avenue Tommy Fury goes down to kind of get his name big again. Okay, because he's obviously not getting it from Frank Warren, is he?
Yeah.
No, well, I know we went in hard on Frank in the previous episode, but he has been recovering from COVID and he was ill. So I kind of think maybe we should have given him the benefit of the doubt. But then at the same time, he's not a one-man company.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It's not just him working, is it?
No, and it's if you can't get Tommy Fury a fighter, an opponent, sorry. Can't get Tommy Fury an opponent. Like, what the fuck is wrong, man? What's going on? Like, there's hundreds, like Scott said earlier, hundreds of boxers up and down the country that are crying out for a payday, haven't earned anything because of COVID. But you're telling me that's the best you could scrape out the barrel?
Yeah.
I'd have put up a better fight.
Yeah.
I'd have got knocked out.
I'd
have got knocked out in the third round, not the second.
Made yourself a bucket load of cash doing so.
I'd have probably got 500 quid.
I just thought though, isn't that's the same brother that's supposed to be fighting that MMA, that UFC guy?
Yeah, Ben Askren.
So do we know anything about that? Is that going to happen before or
no,
after?
I think that's happening. That's happening. I think that's happening. That's on.
It's in April, isn't it?
Yeah. Only problem is Ben Askren is probably the worst striker the UFC's ever seen. So
but that's fine. But he's obviously a fighting background. But I don't really know. There's another question for this fight. Supposedly, obviously, Jake is going in there thinking he's going to go and beat that guy. Fair enough for the confidence, but he's not going to fight Tommy Fury before. What's his name? Sorry, Askren.
Ben Askren. Yeah.
Askren. Sorry. Yeah. So he's not going to fight him in the next few weeks. So he's obviously planning that he's going to win that one and then win this one, and then maybe if he does all that, fair play to him. But you clearly know he's not going to. Then he might earn the shot on McGregor.
but even if he loses against Askren, because he's got loads of teenage girls and boys that follow him, they don't care if he loses. They just want to see him fight someone.
Would Tommy Fury even entertain that though? After that, I'd just probably laugh at him and just say you've already been bashed up by someone who's not even a boxer. So I'll probably end up killing you.
Money talks, doesn't it?
Yeah, that is true. Yeah, bang it on YouTube.
My view of it, if Ben Askren beats beats Jake Paul, then his knockout, I think the whole MMA community will forgive him for the knockout against George Masvidal. We'll eradicate that from his record because he would have saved MMA if he beats Jake Paul. So.
Yeah, no, I saw that earlier and then wondered what was going to go on with it, but obviously full of confidence, this guy. But it is still only talk at the minute, isn't it? They've both called each other out. I think Frank's done a video already, saying he wants to make it just so he can watch him get. I think he said knocked the fuck out or bashed up or something like that.
Yeah,
it's worse. That's the worst thing we've got to worry about, though, isn't it? You know, he talks. What if he wins?
Yeah, he's not really though, is he?
He ain't gonna. But what if he wins?
Yeah.
No, but it is a shame that what could be potentially the biggest fight of Tommy Fury's career so far would be a fight against a YouTuber.
Yeah, that's the problem. It's got to be the first guy he's fought with a winning professional record, surely, technically.
It will be, yeah.
He's 2-0, isn't he?
Yeah.
So which is he's 2-0 on the pro ranks. I mean he's ranked in the American cruiserweight division along that sort of.
Well, what's his ranking? Out of interest, does anyone know?
I think I saw it earlier. I think there's maybe 160 cruiserweights in America, and I think he's about 130, 120. He's 2-0, isn't he? He's undefeated, 2-0.
True.
He's getting there.
Next
world title soon. Yeah.
No, you have some. Who was that American bloke? He he had like 20 fights, lost all of them by knockout. It's on Boxer. There's some really bad ones. It's just like, why are you doing this?
No, exactly.
Well, I'll put this out there now. If this YouTube channel ever takes off and we start getting big views, I'll fight you, Jake Paul. I'll
sit back and commentate.
I'll smash his fucking head and I'll knock his teeth out and make him swallow them. Thinks he can come and make a mockery out of boxing. I'll fucking teach him a lesson.
Seriously, I think it'd be great. It'd be great if they could have a sort of
And I want the money.
Yeah. There's as YouTube is a big part of the world, isn't it? It'd be great if they could maybe implement something with boxing, as I said earlier. Give fighters a good chance on the YouTube platform. What we're talking about.
Well, yeah, you're getting more we're getting more and more of that side. I know obviously MTK do a lot of fights cards streamed through YouTube. I think IFL have joined on that as well. Maybe they're with MTK or whatever, but I've definitely seen and watched fight cards through YouTube through MTK and IFL. So it is coming. And obviously, with design, we obviously all use design now. Rob stopped being so cheap for the £2 a month, which is pretty much nothing. So it's all coming.
It, do you? Well, look at the same highlight reel from Sunday.
I'm cancelling. I've had enough.
Been ripped off.
You got to watch Canelo for $1.99. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, no, exactly, and that it is coming. So I do think, the Sky Sports, BT, got to watch what they put out. So obviously, if there's continuous cards like the one at the weekend, and obviously it wasn't Frank's fault so much because the fighters dropping out and putting out previous, but it's gonna potentially swap over to streaming services. So they've just got to just be careful.
Watching the second KSI Paul Logan fight. When I had Billy Joe Saunders on the undercard, you look at it, it was his most viewed event.
And how easy.
And I mean, all you got to do, you could get 10 cards of British pro boxers who have had, a couple of fights, put them on it, and just shove the main event as KSI, who's the Geordie, but the true Geordie.
Yeah.
And that'll get people watching it. And for these other boxers, that's fantastic for them.
Yeah.
Well, you never know because it hasn't happened yet, but, that could be a route boxing goes down, which I wouldn't be against it.
No, I wouldn't be, because it's a sport I love, and if they can implement a strategy that means there's more bums on seats, there's more pay-per-view buys, there's more sign-ups to DAZN, which in turn means that we get the bigger, better fights that we want to see because they've got the budget.
Yeah,
it swings and roundabouts. It disrespects the sport, but if it brings shed loads of money in, it means that the boxers we want to watch fight each other, means them fights can happen, and I'm cool with it. But I just want to see Tommy Fury smash him up, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm all for this one. This is the first one I've been all for, and if it does go ahead live on YouTube or something similar, I'd imagine YouTube because
it would be BT Sport pay-per-view, wouldn't it?
That's what the Paul brothers are. They're just based on YouTube and made a living from that, which is fair enough. So it'll be on there, and I'll certainly watch it.
Should we have a prediction for it?
Yeah, go on then.
Already? Hasn't even been announced.
You two first.
There's got to be a knockout in it, but we'll wait for it to be announced. I think before we go proper in depth.
I reckon second round knockout.
I'm going to be controversial and go with Jake Paul 10-second knockout round 1
with a flying knee.
Yeah, flying knee. Followed by a roundhouse kicks. He's going down. And then we get disqualified to Tommy Fury will win by disqualification.
And then his dad gets in the ring.
Yeah.
I hope it happens in the UK though, so John Fury can be there. It'd be brilliant.
Yeah, well, I don't think it will though, will it? It'll be all on the bigger man's terms of number wise and the bigger draw technically on YouTube. So it'll be American, probably in his back garden, in his mansion, something like that. Crazy. We'll see if it happens.
It'd be funny. Right, so tomorrow we've got an interview with Brad Pauls, undefeated Southern Area middleweight champion. So that's going to be nice. Should be good. If you haven't heard of Brad, honestly, go and watch his YouTube highlights. The guy is probably one of the most avoided middleweights at the moment. I think his record speaks for itself: 14-0, 9 knockouts, and as we was talking about earlier, Steve Goodwin, his promoter, offered Idris Vargo £120,000 bonus on top of the wage he would get for fighting Brad Pauls, and he still didn't sign the contracts. It says all you need to know about him.
Absolutely. We'll certainly dive into those sort of things and more tomorrow, and it'll be a good watch.
Right, wicked. Thanks, boys. I'm starving. I'm going for my dinner.
Enjoy.
Right, peace.
Jinx, make a wish.